This will be my third TransWorld cover. My first one was a Wally feeble grind that Ollie Barton shot on a trip for inhabitants, and the photo was in Cincinnati. It was on a U.S. trip we did right before the video was over. And my second one was a photo Dave Kami shot in Bilbao. It was a front swing 80, fakie 5.0, front swing 80, and otherwise known as the Indian Cupcake. And that was shot on a trip to Bilbao, I think 3 years ago, for Origins, right before Origins came out. And this is my third one, shot in Oregon. Dave Kami shot this photo as well. This spot is, actually, the spot's right by my house. It's a church, and it's near this college that I would like drive to look for spots all the time. And I just saw the double set, and I thought that'd be like a gap to rail kind of thing, so I went and started looking at it. That's how I found it, was just driving around looking for spots near my house. I walk my dog by there actually all the time too. I had never really thought about doing that trick before. And then when I got to the rail, I saw it and I thought it was like a gap rail kind of thing. And then I looked at it for a while and I was like, I think I briefly kind of thought about it just because it kind of was like set up so good for it. And then doing like the 50-50 gap 50-50, and then I took Brennan there and I was showing it to him, and he was like kind of saying the same thing. But I thought it was impossible. I just thought it was like whatever. Maybe, I don't know. I just thought it was kind of impossible. So I just kind of canceled it out at that point. So when John got up there, I shouted to him and was like, I don't know, this is maybe a possibility. And then when the first night that we looked at it with him, I would the first time I tried to actually skate it, I would just ollie onto the first rail and just grind the first rail, and then just ollie off and just see what the first rail kind of felt like. And then after doing that for a while, I kind of made me realize that it was possible to actually because you could get on the first rail and it was mellow enough where you could stand up on it for a second and kind of get your balance. And since it was square, I guess, so it kind of made me think that it was more possible. But it was so dark, it was getting dark, so we decided to come back another day. And then we came back a few days later to it and just started trying it, and then just worked my way up to it until it felt comfortable. I know I tried it for a little while, and then it took me a little while, but then once I kind of after the first time I grinded and ollied and kind of made connection with the second rail, it kind of got me really psyched, and it was like, okay, this is gonna happen, it can happen. And then it didn't take too much longer after that. It was just trying to because they also kind of it's kind of fucked up. They both kind of curve. It's not a straight rail to rail kind of thing. It's the first one kind of curves and the second kind of curves. So a lot of when I would get into, I would grind and then gap, and I would get into backsmith or feeble, or you know what I mean. It would just I couldn't line it up quite right. I knew by the cover before it was mocked up or anything, but I don't know how those things work. But Brandon was claiming it, but I don't know. You never know. So I was psyched that it was, though. I was really excited. I'm hyped. It's pretty awesome.